You know, I'll admit, one thing I love about winter camping is no bugs. I'm not afraid of bugs or spiders, but when I'm looking at my shelter here, I've got guys that are trying to live inside and all around. All up in there. I'm afraid I'm gonna make some guys angry today because I'm replacing the 6x8 tarp with a 10x8 tarp. Let the fun begin. Spider webs. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that for a little while. We got some hot days coming up, winds blowing right now. Let it dry out a little bit and maybe check the weather, and if it's not gonna rain, come back about mid-week and throw that brand new tarp over top of it. I think it's gonna stretch all the way across here and all the way down to the dirt. So instead of having that drip line where the old one was, this right here should just shed all the water and it'll be dried in. And that's something I didn't get to do because I was sticking to the rules of the challenge, and I used that 6x8 the whole time and managed to, again, stand up pretty good to the weather and the time. And like I said, it's summertime now and the shelter's still standing, so I think it would have done me good in a survival channel. And so, you know, pretty cool. So just trying to keep the campsite looking pretty good now. So I'm gonna let that dry out, and we'll get everything back put together soon and get my fire ring built back after I use the rocks for the Swedish torches and everything, and have some time for some more challenges coming up. You know, again, as I got that one where I'm going to be doing a no cordage friction fire. So don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but toying around with a lot of ideas after reading the comments. But yeah, for right now, level 3 out. All right, now they got the camp looking, you know, pretty well tidied up. You know, started noticing I was low on char cloth last time, so, and just for good measure, if we're gonna make some char cloth, let's try it again with a left-handed bow drill and see if it takes me quite as long this time. Mosquitoes are everywhere. Nope. Real close though. Let's give it one more try with the left. Oh, look at that. One more try is all it took. Ha 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 ha. Man. Yes. Yes. Look at that. Too cool. All right, we'll give it a minute. Let it do its coalescing, as David West says. All right, let's just look at that. Now, I'm gonna cradle it up in here like that. And see, that's what the leaves help us do with this big pile of shavings, is cradle it. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's get it in here. Yes, this right here is a tree of paradise. You can see the pithing in that. But this, I thought this was a piece of tree of paradise as well. But there is no pithing in this. So I'm not exactly sure what this is. But it works pretty good with this. And there we go. I'd throw this on there, but it don't burn great. I kind of like the spindle, so I'm gonna hang on it for a little bit while longer. All right, while that fire gets going, I'm gonna cut up my pieces of terry cloth and get ready to throw it in there. It didn't work like I thought it would. Got another little cool trick on the Swiss Army knife. Probably should have used that first. Ha 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 ha. I wonder how the rock tall scissors would cut this up. I forget how many days it's been since I reached out, and you know, they sent it out immediately, but you know, if it's coming from China right now, you can pretty much expect things to be slow. So I ain't hating on Rock Tall. The customer service has been great so far with communication. And so I'm gonna say again that if it were a Leatherman, not a rock tall, it probably would have never had an issue, but I didn't pay Leatherman prices for it either. You know, I always keep that in mind. So, you know, I'm just cutting this here into nice little squares. Most of it will fit in my tin. Man, the mayflies and the mosquitoes and the summertime heat. What a combination. Like I said, the heat's gonna help dry up the shelter. Yes, again, this is an old bathrobe, you know, so I am like, I found that this right here is like the best stuff for char cloth. Alright, then you know the drill. It goes in the tin. So I'll stack it in there. Do one more. Make sure it all closes up in there. Just like that. Now we'll put it in the fire. Alright. See, we put him down in there. Like that. And while it's cooking, check out the shelter again. Probably awful dark in there. The ground is awful soft, the rain. But you know, I am really happy with the way the shelter held up. I mean, it didn't fall in, so. Alright, I'm gonna go tend to my char cloth.